Traditional piano lessons have failed most students, and I'm going to explain why in this video and give you a better alternative if you've been dismissed or disappointed in the past. I'm Piano Man Steve, and I help busy people living busy lives who have a passion for making music get the most out of the piano with the limited time that they have to dedicate to it. So let's dive in. So why are so many people failed by traditional piano lessons? Well, it's really pretty simple. It's because traditional piano lessons are simply not designed to teach people what the average aspiring student actually wants to do. So here's what I mean. You see, what most people who decide that they want to learn piano want to do is to just be able to sit down and play songs, right? And more specifically, they want to play songs that they know and that they love. You know, the stuff they grew up hearing on the radio, the stuff in their vinyl collection, the stuff they're making playlists for on the streaming platforms right now. Rock, pop, country, folk, R&B, soul, Broadway, jazzy standards, popular music. So why don't traditional lessons lead to that? Well, because they are totally centered around reading notes on the page. Now, you might ask, what's wrong with that, right? I mean, lots of musicians in popular music can be seen reading notes on the page. Some of them even have parts written out when they go into the recording studio or they go onto the stage. Now, this is all true, and there is nothing wrong with the skill of reading notes on the staff in the abstract, okay? But let's be clear. What the average person who wants to pick up the piano as a hobby or even if they want to play a few gigs locally wants to be able to do is not being called into a session at a recording studio, to play a part in a big ensemble that could include as many as 50 or 60 overdubbed layers on different tracks. Nor are they being called to a stage, right, in a giant arena or stadium to do the same thing and try to recreate that recording as part of a 10 or 12 piece band with additional pre-recorded parts being pumped into the mix to perfectly sync with lights and dancers and smoke and who knows what else. The average person who wants to pick up piano just wants to sit in the comfort of their own home and make a song come to life with their own two hands. And they want it to reasonably approximate the way that it sounds on the recording that they love of that song. So they don't have time in their lives. They've got families. They've got jobs. They have kids. They're driving kids to soccer games and chess tournaments and karate and arts and crafts, and they might have elderly parents that they're also kind of caring for at the same time. They do not have time to dedicate like many hours a day for over a decade, to master sight reading, which is what it takes. They need a simple system with transferable skills that's going to make learning a new song the work of minutes rather than weeks, and with lots of fun tools and tricks that can be used to make the song better as their skills grow so that the experience remains creative and stimulating and fluid, but it keeps maintaining the essence of what they love about that song at all times. And there's a model for this, all right? I'm not just pulling this out of thin air. There's a model for this, and it's the guitar. That's why this is sitting in frame. Normally, this is not here. I'm going to show you something, and I'm a terrible guitar player, but I want to show you something. When you decide that you want to pick up the acoustic guitar, nice, I'm banging it around on my piano here. When you decide that you want to pick up the acoustic guitar, the first thing that they show you, the very first thing they show you, is how to form chords on the neck of the guitar. Like that's a G chord, that's an E minor, that's a C, okay? Then they show you a strumming pattern or two, several different strumming patterns, all right? And from that, you can actually play songs. That's how it gets started. After that, if you continue to take lessons or whatever, then they'll get into scales and maybe even learning to read notes on a staff. But for so many people, just the chords and the strumming patterns are all they have time for and all they're ever going to need to satisfy their desire to make music. So let me show you. I'm going to use 2 Beatles songs here, and I'm not going to play all of them, but just snippets, showing you simple chords and 2 different strumming patterns. All right? So this is A Hard Day's Night. The chords are very simple. It's G, C, G, F, G. And then eventually I think there's a D. Okay? And the strumming pattern is just to go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Like that, okay? And pretty soon you've got, it's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel all right. Okay? See how nicely that came together? Now, different strumming pattern. I'm going to do it in the same key. Let's take Let It Be, is a G chord, and a D chord, and an E minor chord, and a C chord. That's the whole song. Okay? The strumming pattern, instead of being 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, it goes like this. So like 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. And it's when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. Oops. Little extra flavor notes there from the keyboard. My point is, I'm a terrible guitar player, and yet look what I was able to do with just having a strumming pattern and some chords. All right? And if I wanted to study the instrument further, everything that I learned from the point on of just having the strumming patterns and the chords would just make what I was doing better, right? But I learned the most essential thing first, and I didn't have to spend years and years and years working through books with a bunch of cheesy kids' music and obscure classical stuff that just simply doesn't interest me before I got to start playing songs that I love, right? Immediately, with very, very quickly, I was playing songs that I love on that instrument, and I suck at that instrument, right? So I didn't have to become really, really good at it. Well, guess what? There's an equivalent system for piano, and I call it the Piano Man approach. So let me use those 2 songs again, and I'm going to run you through how it works on piano. So let me just put this screen up here so you can see what I'm doing. So rather than strumming patterns, I call them rhythm patterns, okay? So for A Hard Day's Night in G, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to play quarter notes in the left hand. And in the right hand, I'm going to play this. I'm going to go. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So it's just, I've got a couple of off beats and a 1 down beat on the count of 2, and I'm just going to play quarter notes underneath it, okay? And when I do that, it's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been keeping like a log. When I get home to you, find the things that you do make me feel. Okay? It's just a G chord, an F chord, a C chord, and a D chord. And by putting it into that rhythm pattern, well, someone can learn to do that pretty fast. They don't have to spend years and years and years working with scales and finger exercises and all kinds of other things and playing God knows how many songs that they're not the least bit interested in a John Thompson book in order to be able to learn how to do that. Is it going to make you into Beethoven? No, it's not. But that's not what the average piano player is shooting for. Same thing with Let It Be. Now with Let It Be, I'm going to put the off beats in the left hand. I'm going to do my heartbeat feel. It goes like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I'll play it in G just so we're in the same key. Okay, so the chords are G, D, E minor, and C. And all I'm going to do with the right hand is play quarter notes while my left hand does that syncopation. Trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. See, and I make mistakes every once in a while. I've been playing piano for 30 years, and I do it professionally, and I can do a lot of sophisticated stuff beyond this, but I still make mistakes, and I like to let those come out in my YouTube videos because I want to demystify this for people. All right? You do not have to have a superpower to play this instrument. You don't have to become the greatest who ever walked the planet to play this instrument. You can make mistakes, and those of us who are pretty accomplished at it still make mistakes. But this system makes it very approachable to start playing your favorite songs immediately. Now, what I hope that I could do in this video is just simply show you why so many people abandon traditional lessons before they ever really get anywhere satisfying with it. You know, it isn't because what's being taught is useless or bad. I'm not saying that about learning how to read notes on a page. I always get comments from people who are, you know, kind of freaking out saying, don't trash learning how to read and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not. I'm just saying that the way that traditional lessons are set up is that they end up weeding people out before they ever get anywhere because they never teach them how to do what they're trying to actually do. It's just not what they're set up to do. It's because it's what is being taught in traditional lessons, by and large, is simply not relevant to a huge number of people who are interested in picking up this instrument for fun. It immediately sets you on a path that's designed to make you a virtuoso. And we know that like less than 1% of players are ever going to reach that level, right? I mean, let alone make time to practice enough to get there. So my feeling is let's start with the system that opens the doors to your favorite songs immediately. And then you can decide whether to hone your skills further with traditional instruction after the fact, right? You shouldn't have to sacrifice for years to be able to jam on some Springsteen or Beatles or Rolling Stones or George Strait or Taylor Swift or Journey or, you know, whatever you love the most in the annals of modern popular music. So if you're curious about this method, you know, check out other videos on my channel for more information, and also check out the link in the video description below where you can go get my my free song learning blueprint webinar. All right, and I kind of walk you through how the whole system works, my song learning formula, and my personal story of how it kind of changed my life and literally took me from being somebody who was ready to walk away because I thought I had no talent and turned me into kind of a human jukebox in a way. So it's been a very profound effect on my life, and you can find all of that at pianomanapproach.com. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd sure appreciate it if you give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. All of that will help me reach more people who would be interested in finding this information. And it also, your comments help me learn what valuable information maybe I should pass along in future videos, because I want to spread this amazing method and the things that I've learned that have given me so much joy over the years to as many people as possible. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it very much. I'm Piano Man Steve, and remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. And I will see you on the next video.